So a general question that has come up with one here is, who monitors assessment of student progress and what is considered positive progress? We have specific benchmarks that are delineated here in the plan in terms of progress. Those goals are outlined with incremental and increase each and every year over the next 3 years. But I think that at the school site is where it all begins. All of the assessments are monitored by teachers and by the administrator at the school site. Teachers work in teams, in professional learning communities, to look at those assessments and to see what they need to do to tweak their, the direction in which they're moving, to ensure that the strategies that are being used, the training that is being implemented at the school to help support instruction is yielding the results that are needed. The results, and this is, as we know, with the implementation of our Common Core state standards, that we are in the midst of pilot assessments with a smarter balanced assessment system at this point in time. However, in the future, as the district develops benchmark assessments, we used to call them our periodic assessments that are administered every 6 to 8 weeks at school sites. That data is always placed into a student information system that is made public in terms of that data is presented to the staff. They all look at how well their students by grade level or by subject area are doing, so that progress is monitored by the school site, by teachers, by principals, and at the Educational Service Center by that instructional director, of which there is one who works with a group of schools, generally 15 to 20 at the elementary level, generally about 10 at the secondary middle school level, and at the high school level it really varies. There's usually one instructional director for every 5 to 10 high schools, which is in and of itself a big responsibility. It is also important for our team here to know that we are in the midst right now, next fall, which is the beginning of the 14-15 school year, of launching a new student information system. But most as importantly for all of us to know is that we will have a system, a parent portal available with data for each and every one of you about each and every one of your students. It is called the Passport,
Here we are in Coolidge.
Parent Access Support System Passport. The Parent Access Support System portal, and we'll have more information and training for both our PAC as well as for our DLAP on the use of that system as it comes forward. The other question I'd like to address before we move over to have William continue this afternoon is there was a question as to whether through LCFF there would be training for parents on decision making and policy making. But I do want to share that in our district there are only 7 policymakers, and they are called the Board of Education. They are the only ones who develop policy, but it is our responsibility. Not so much to say, gee, come today, we're going to have a training on decision making. Decision making is really, knowledge is power. So through Parent Community Student Services, our responsibility is to empower you as parents about each and every one of the instructional initiatives, about the direction, and we'll see in one of our goals that are called academic initiatives. It is about how we empower you to know what is different in terms of teaching and learning with the Common Core standards. For our English learners, empowering you with the content of the master plan, empowering you as parents with the knowledge of what is needed so that your child graduates from high school having met A through G requirements. So that is the type of decision making, that knowledge that is needed so that you can help hold us accountable, we the system, all of us accountable with this very transparent local control accountability plan, which will be the first plan that will be really come to life. It's not going to sit on a shelf, as so many of our plans have in the past, because this is the first time that I know that as a system, we are all involved from the ground up in developing a plan with set benchmarks and goals, and then the county will be hold us responsible for that, to ensure that over a period of time, we are achieving those benchmarks that are outlined in the plan. So William, thank you for coming back to join us this afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me.
We are going to start working through the second half of the slide deck. This starts on slide 36 in the slide decks in your packets. These are the appendices slides to the presentation that Dr. Daisy gave on the 8th. He did walk through these slides at the meeting. The reason that we're going to talk about these slides instead of, as a reminder, the slides in the middle is because there's more detail on these slides, and I think this is going to be more helpful for you for the discussion that you're having this afternoon. I also want to just let you know that I